Hi friends, welcome to our channel, or welcome back to our channel. I say we because, sorry, I say we because this is Groot and he's with me today. This is our puppy. Hi puppy, you say hi? Yeah, so if you see his little head pop up, so he's just laying on my lap. But I say we because this isn't your channel, bub, because my husband is at work. He is not here today, but he is technically part of this channel, so I thought I would say we. I guess I'm just used to it now, but I was gonna film a video today. If you want to see Jason, my husband, I have a video that I'll link down below that we just set up, and that is our get to know us tag video, whatever you want to call it. We tell you all about us, our life, our story, that sort of thing. So I will link that down below if you want to get a glimpse of who Jason is and who we are together. But today is just me solo, and I'm going to touch on a topic that we get tons and tons of questions about, and that is where to stay when you go to Disneyland. If you don't know, me and my husband are annual pass holders. We go to Disneyland very frequently, almost every single month. So we definitely know where to stay, how to stay, all of that sort of stuff. So we get lots of questions about where to stay when you go there. So there technically are three options. One of them I'm not going to talk about very much because we've never done it, so I don't want to give you advice on something I don't know anything about. But that option is staying farther away from Disneyland. Typically, the hotels that are closer to Disneyland are going to be more expensive because of the location. So if you were to stay about, 10, 20-minute drive, whatever, away, those hotels typically are going to be cheaper. I've just never done that. I'm sure it works just fine, just driving into the parks. I'm sure there are like pros and cons to it, but I've just never done it. So I just don't want to tell you guys something that I don't know nothing about. But the other two options you have, I have done very many times, so I can tell you all about those. So the first option I want to talk about is what's called Good Neighbor hotels. So these hotels are not on Disney property and they're not owned by Disney, but they are recommended by Disney. They are your typical Best Westerns, Comfort Inns, that sort of things that are all on the roads around Disney parks. And they are recommended by Disney. You can book a Good Neighbor hotel on the Disneyland website. Sorry about his little ears. He's just cuddling. Cuddling. I know you guys love the puppy, so we should the puppy. Yeah, puppy, yeah. They're all hotels that are along the roads. They're recommended by Disney. You can book them through the Disneyland website. But they are not owned or operated by Disney. These are cheaper than staying on property typically, which is the third option I'll talk about in a minute. Typically, they are cheaper than staying on property. Like I said, they're basic like Comfort Inns, things like that. The closer the hotel is to the park, typically the more expensive it's going to be. One of the hotels we love that's super close to the park is called the Camelot Inn Hotel, and that is directly across the street from the entrance. It's great. The location is great. It's a nice hotel. They do have a pool, but we typically stay there because we love the location. It's very similar to staying on property. You just walk out your hotel, walk across the street, and you're in Disneyland. Well, on Disney property. You're at security at that point technically, but it's great. So we like that one. That one is a little bit more pricey as far as Good Neighbor hotels go because of the location, but we do enjoy staying at that hotel. And another hotel that's a little bit farther down is called the Anaheim Hotel. That one's typically a little bit cheaper. It's about a 10-minute walk. It's only a block away. It's a nice outdoor hotel again. The night rooms are great. They're really friendly there. The hotel atmosphere is really pretty as well. So we like staying there. It is a little bit of a walk, but it's like maybe 10 minutes, probably not even. So I do recommend that hotel. We've stayed there several times. Another hotel that when we go for my birthday next month will be our second time there is the Majestic Garden Hotel. If you watched our vlog from our May trip, we did a little room tour of that hotel, so we're staying at that one again. We enjoy that one. It is farther. It's about a 20-minute walk. It's not on Harbor, which is the main street that goes right in front of Disneyland. It's not on there, so it's actually a little off a side road, but it is still a Good Neighbor hotel. It is a really nice, really pretty hotel. The whole atmosphere, buildings, garden, everything is super beautiful. And it is a little bit cheaper because it is a little bit farther. Like I said, it's about a 20-minute walk to the parks, but they also do have a free shuttle that goes to and from the park and the hotel. If you want to use that one, when we stayed there last, we typically just walked in the morning to the park. I can make a whole video about rope drop if you guys want to know how we do that, why I recommend it, benefits, all of that sort of stuff. I love talking about anything Disney, so let me know anything you guys want to know about, and I would love to make a video on it. But we typically like to rope drop, and For us to rope drop successfully, we get there an hour before the park opens. But the shuttle from the hotel leaves 30 minutes before the park opens. So we wouldn't get into the park until after it's already open. And you still get a benefit out of that, don't get me wrong. It's just not how we choose to do Disney. So we typically will just walk in the morning, and then when we go back at night, we'll take the shuttle because we're tired at that point. But that's a really nice hotel. Obviously, we're staying there again. And again, it's a little bit cheaper. A couple other hotels. We've stayed at the Red Lion once. That's a more luxurious business class hotel is what I would call it. It is a nice hotel. It's probably about a 15-minute walk to the parks. But to us, and I guess like the perfect hotel is going to depend on how you like to travel. Some people really care about luxury and amenities and all that sort of stuff from their hotel, and that's great. I can recommend some hotels that have that. We typically, though, just prefer hotels that have a good location. They're nice, they're clean, and they have a good location. The main thing is location. We spend most of our time in the parks. We don't really spend a ton of time at the hotels. But again, everyone vacations differently. So the Red Lion is a little bit nicer upscale hotel as far as Good Neighbor hotels go. But it's not our ideal location, so we typically just don't stay there. It's a little bit pricier too because it is nicer, and we just tend to spend that money on, well, food typically. But just being honest here, we like to eat all the food. So, but that is an option. We have stayed there. It's a very nice hotel. I can recommend it to you. Another hotel that I personally have never stayed at, but I've heard good things about, is the Howard Johnson. It is right across the street from Disneyland as well. It's probably like a 5-minute walk, but it is very nice. It has a very nice water park. It's very kid and family friendly, so that hotel would be great for anyone who's looking for that. We're gonna leave Good Neighbor hotels. I do recommend Good Neighbor hotels. They are a cheaper option. Whether you're traveling for one trip a year or you're traveling several times like we do. They're a really good option, and they're really fun, and yeah, like if you don't spend a lot of time at the hotel, why spend money on a nice hotel, right? Just depending on how you travel. Okay, the third option I want to talk about is staying on property at one of the Disney owned and operated hotels. So there are 3 hotels on Disney property. There's the Paradise Pier Hotel, the Disneyland Hotel, and the Grand Californian Hotel. I will talk about all of those. They're all great options. A few benefits of just generally staying on property. You are invited to what is called Magic Morning, or I think it's called Magic Hour typically if you're on property. Magic Hour. You are invited to Magic Hour, and that is where every day of your stay you can go into the park an hour earlier. It switches off per days, so like say Monday is California Adventure, Tuesday it would be Disneyland, and so on and so forth. But it is a really cool benefit of staying on property. Not only that, but you are super close to the parks, you are super close to downtown Disney, and you never have to leave the magic. You know, you're around Disney cast members and employees all day, all night, and so you get the very best experience, the very best treatment and everything. I love staying on property. Again, if money wasn't an object, we would stay on property every time, but it's just not practical for us how many times we go. If you are going once a year and you can afford it, I would 1,000,000% recommend staying on property. It is such a great experience. You truly are just in the magic the whole time. It's amazing. I love it. And the hotels obviously are super nice. It's Disney. So speaking of the hotels, let's talk about them. We will start with the third one, the cheapest one, and that is going to be the Paradise Pier Hotel. It is the farthest from the entrance to the parks, and it is the less Disney themed of the 3, which is probably why it's the cheaper one, but it is still a really, really nice hotel. It is a California Pier themed hotel that has Disney touches everywhere. It has a really fun character dining restaurant that has a really nice beach theme to it. So it is a really nice hotel. It's really pretty, and you still are on property for a cheaper rate. So I would recommend that one. The second one is the Disneyland Hotel. It is the middle priced one of the 3. It is at the very end of downtown Disney, so you still have a little bit of walk to the parks, but it's not very bad at all. And it's all Disney inspired shops essentially, so it is really nice. It's very Disney themed. There's Disney stuff everywhere. There's teacups in the lobby. It's just a very beautiful Disney hotel. If you're a Disney fan, you will love it. It is just so pretty, every single aspect of it. It has a monorail pool. It's really incredible. I can't say enough good things about the Disneyland Hotel. I adore it. Again, the only downside to that one is going to be that you have a little bit farther of a walk, but it is middle priced and it's going to be fully enveloped in the magic your whole trip. The third one is the most expensive and the most luxurious of them, and that is the Grand Californian Hotel. I also love the Grand Californian. You sit super close to the parks. You actually have a private entrance into California Adventure Park, which is amazing. And you have your own entrance into California Adventure Park, which is amazing. They also have a character dining. Oh, I forgot to mention, Disneyland Hotel also has character dining. They all three have their own character dining. But the Grand Californian is a like woodsy themed one. There's a lot of Chip and Dale, a lot of like Disney touches, but it's not exclusively Disney themed. It does have a lot of Disney touches. Definitely luxurious, definitely beautiful. I'm kind of attached to the Grand Californian because that's where we would stay when we would go, but it's such a gorgeous hotel. There's so many benefits of it. Even if you don't stay at the Grand Californian, I suggest going to Whitewater Snacks. It is a restaurant in there, and it is so good. It's a quick service restaurant. It's so good. It's so good. But the Grand Californian is great. It is the closest of the three, and it's just so beautiful. If you have a room with a view, you can overlook California Adventure, and I've got rooms where I can see the rapids, or I can see Soarin'. It's so pretty. It's so beautiful. I can't say enough good things about it. But that is all I have to say about hotels today, guys. I thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment down below on what else you want us to talk about, what other Disney questions you have. And let me know where you guys stay when you go to Disneyland, and if you love it, your favorites, all of it. I appreciate you guys so much, and we will see you next time. Bye, friends.